This week's guest is trustee with the Virginia B. Toulmin Foundation. I'm Rob. This is the Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show tailored by Tweeds. What's up, everyone? I'm Rob. This is the Pre-Show tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our Tweeds locations all across the state of Florida and beyond. There should be a QR code on the screen. Feel free to screenshot and click on that for some more information. This week, we are joined by Bill Villafranco, trustee with the Virginia B. Toulmin Foundation. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Pleasure. So I understand that you have just launched the first book in an 8-part series based on Virginia's life. What can readers expect from the series as it progresses?
So it's a children's book, and we start when Virginia was around 8 years old. Her grandfather passed away. Her grandmother moved in with her and really set Virginia on a stage of the importance of family and also the roots of her love for music.
Awesome. During your time personally knowing and working with Virginia, was there any lesson that stood out that you learned from her? And are there any specific examples that played out in your career?
Yeah, values. Very important for Virginia. Showing your true values and the relationship that comes along with showing those values. It's what I use in the work that I do at the Toulmin Foundation. It's what I use for my own life to this day. And being around her so often, I saw that play out in the way she interacted with people, the importance of values.
Awesome. And as you continue her legacy, are there any other projects or events in addition to the book series that you are currently working on?
The Toulmin Foundation is involved in a number of activities here in Sarasota. Activities at Selby Garden. We're just launching around Christmas time a holiday boutique featuring the book for families, underprivileged families in the Sarasota area will come to Selby Gardens and get to see Santa, get a free gift, and also receive the book.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Pre-Show. Remember, when you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our Tweeds locations. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this week's upcoming episode with Bill Villafranco, trustee with the Virginia B. Toulmin Foundation.
So you have all this money to give away to charities. You're looking for the right charity to give away to. I understand there's an interview process, but how does that process begin when you want to select a charity to interview?
It usually starts from an introduction from someone we know. It could be a charity we're already funding. It could be a charity that we no longer fund because we do take some time off so we can rotate our charities. It could be a friend, family member. It could be from someone that heard about us. But usually we like to know the people that are suggesting we speak to that charity because then the values are already lined up.
Sure.
Right. And it makes that a lot easier.
So word of mouth is powerful in your industry.
It's the only way we work. It's the only way we work.
Now, you mentioned that you have to pull back the money sometimes. Yeah. How does that work out? How does that feel? How does that play out? Who makes that decision and how do you deliver the decision?
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Because the work they're doing is really important. But we give them plenty of lead time.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of an organization called Painted Turtle in California, an amazing organization. It's a camp for children with different disabilities and disease types. It's a Paul Newman hole-in-the-wall camp. And I got to know the founder very, very well. And after 6 years, I had to tell her, next year, we're going to take a year off. It doesn't mean we can't come back and we won't come back. But I think you want us to look at other charities too. And she agreed. We've had the grace of your money for 5 years. And the 6th year, I think it's time. So we took a year off and we're revisiting this year. So it's important that we have that value system built in with the people we're donating and giving money to. So it's not a surprise. It's not as if they did something wrong. It's all part of the process. And the truth is they respect that. As long as you're honest with them and you tell them it's not anything you did wrong.
Yeah.
We need to rotate once in a while.
Or sometimes maybe it is something they did wrong. It could be, right? And that's a conversation that still needs to be had. Yeah.
We've been super lucky. We haven't had that. And I think
probably has to do with your selection process and the value system.
Yeah. The value system.
When it comes to, which is a great question because, I think that and I'm just going to speak from personal experience. We're trying to raise money for the Make-A-Wish walk I was telling you about. And, that was an incredible experience to be able to be the presenting sponsor for the Make-A-Wish walk for wishes. And that stemmed from a podcast episode. They're on the podcast. We're learning about the organization and, hey, let's get behind it. Right. But sometimes when you're raising money, and I know because I was just raising some money for that organization, people are like instantly, and I had this happen probably 3 or 4 times. It's like, I got to look in to see how legitimate this charity is, right? And that's just a common thing because of the misuse of funds in charitable organizations and such. So, obviously part of the vetting process and what you do is to make sure that money is going where it needs to be going. But what is the nature of a grant, and how, like, from somebody that's not involved with a whole lot of charitable organizations, how structured does the plan for deploying that capital as the 501c3 have to be? Like, what are you looking for from them once they've made it to, basically the table with you to talk about what they're going to do or what they're trying to accomplish?
So first, we're going to look at their mission to see if it fits within our pillars. So our pillars are women in the arts, it's women, families, and children, and it's medical research. Medical research being that's where Virginia made her fortune.
Okay.
Women in the arts, she loved arts and she loved to help women. So women in the arts just fit. And then children, she never had children. And I was maybe her surrogate son or one of them. So for her, family was very important. She's very close with her brother, her only sibling, and all of her cousins. It was what she lived for. So we first want to make sure that the charity is respected. And there are places out there like different kind of reporting systems that you can use to find out, like Charity Navigator and others. That doesn't really tell you the story.